Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into some pretty murky waters. Buckle up, because we're going to talk about the 2014 Lok Sabha elections in India, and specifically, some pretty serious allegations of electronic voting machine hacking.
Right. And to set the stage, we're looking at some excerpts from a press conference that happened back in 2019. A cyber expert, Syed Shuja, was seeking asylum at the time, and, well, he claimed the election was rigged.
Rigged. That's a pretty heavy accusation, especially about something as crucial as a national election.
Absolutely. And to make things even more interesting, this wasn't just some outsider with a theory. Shuja said he was actually on the team that developed the EVMs, the electronic voting machines, at a place called ECIL. That's the Electronics Corporation of India Limited.
Hold on.
Yeah.
He was part of the team that built these machines.
Yeah.
He's claiming they were designed to be rigged.
That's exactly what he's suggesting. He alleges that they were specifically told to find vulnerabilities, basically to build in weaknesses that could be exploited.
Wow. So not just a security flaw, but something intentional from the get-go. What kind of weaknesses are we talking about here? How could someone even hack an electronic voting machine?
Well, according to Shuja, they were able to manipulate the machines using low-frequency signals. He even suggested that a telecom operator might have been involved.
Now that sounds like something straight out of a spy thriller. Low-frequency signals. How could something like that actually affect an election?
Well, theoretically, any electronic device could be messed with using electromagnetic signals. The question is, could you do it on a scale large enough to actually influence the results of an election, and could you target it precisely enough to swing specific constituencies?
I guess that's where the telecom operator might come in.
Ah.
But all of this sounds incredibly difficult to pull off. Plus, if this was a government-sanctioned operation, wouldn't there be a ton of people involved?
That's another part of Shuja's story. He claimed that some senior political figures were in on it. And he even went so far as to allege that some members of his team, people who knew too much, were silenced,
Silence to me.
killed. He actually connected the death of a BJP leader, Gopinath Munde, to this whole alleged cover-up.
Whoa. It's getting very dark. But hold on. Are we just supposed to take his word for it? Are there any facts to back these claims up?
Well, that's the thing. While his insider status gives him some credibility, there's no solid proof to support the murder allegations or the whole conspiracy angle. It's important to be critical and not jump to conclusions.
Right, of course. But this had to have caused a major stir.
Yeah, it definitely did. This press conference set off a firestorm. Opposition parties were understandably outraged and demanded an investigation. The BJP, on the other hand, dismissed it all as a baseless conspiracy.
I bet the Election Commission of India had something to say about all this, too.
Absolutely. They've always maintained that the EVMs are tamper-proof and have consistently denied any rigging claims. They point to a technical committee that's supposed to oversee the security of the entire system.
So they have procedures in place to ensure the integrity of the machines.
Right. They talk about multiple layers of security, everything from how the EVMs are designed and stored to how they're deployed and audited. They've even invited independent security researchers to examine the machines to prove their point.
But even with all that, Shuja's accusations have to raise some doubt.
No doubt. This whole incident reignited a big debate in India about EVM security and the overall integrity of their elections. Some people even started calling for a return to paper ballots because of it. They wanted more transparency in the system, something they felt electronic voting lacked.
And this isn't just an issue in India. Concerns about electronic voting, hacking, and election interference have been popping up all over the world.
Exactly. And it brings up some really important questions about the role of technology in elections in general. On the one hand, technology has the potential to make elections more efficient and accurate.
But on the other hand,
It opens the door for new vulnerabilities, for manipulation that can be really hard to detect or prove, and that can have a very real impact on public trust.
that's right. I mean, democracy depends on people believing that their votes count and that the system is fair. If that trust is shaken, the entire system is weakened.
Absolutely. So even if we can't say for sure whether Shuja's claims are true, his story is a reminder that technology alone can't guarantee fair elections. It takes transparency, accountability, and vigilance from everyone involved to safeguard the integrity of our democratic processes.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are your final thoughts on this whole EVM hacking controversy?
It shows that the debate around electronic voting and election security is far from settled. Whether Shuja's story is accurate or not, it highlights the importance of constant scrutiny and strong security measures to maintain public confidence in our democracies.
That's an excellent point. As technology becomes more and more intertwined with our democratic processes, we must ensure those processes remain transparent and trustworthy. It's not just up to governments and institutions either. It's up to all of us as citizens to be informed, to be vigilant, and to demand accountability. We have to think critically about these technologies and their implications. So, listener, we leave you with this question. How can we ensure that technology strengthens, not weakens, our democracies?